Rain chances return just in time for your Memorial Day weekend. More coming up on your forecast in a few minutes.
Right off the top tonight is the weather. It's Memorial Day weekend, but the rain may bring a damper to our plans. Molly starring in tonight for Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott. And Molly, you see I played off words right there, right?
Yes, definitely. Well, unfortunately, you're right. A damper is exactly what it's going to be. And honestly, it might even be a soaking. Now, we don't only have rain for Saturday, Sunday, and Memorial Day on Monday, but it's sticking around for the whole remainder of the week. Now, unfortunately, for your Memorial Day Monday, that is our highest chance of rain moving into Tuesday. Tomorrow, we have a little bit slight risk of some severe weather, not looking like tornadic activity, but some wind and hail, mostly frequent lightning. I'll talk more about that in Maine weather, but if you're out there for the weekend, making sure you're trying to get that grill in. It's looking like a morning grill for your weekend, but I'll have more details on that coming up in just a few minutes. Well, coming up for your weekend, not only is there more rain, but a slight chance of some storms. Stick around to find out more. Well, it was a sunny day out, but temperatures were really nice as well. We saw those mid-80s as our high, and those mid-80s aren't heading anywhere. Currently, they're headed out the door for those evening hours, but they'll return tomorrow. Temperatures currently in those 70 to 60 ranges now. We have a little bit of a difference. Over there in Coleman, they're at 59. Birmingham, 69. Down in Demopolis, 71. We've got a wide range, but typically our overnight lows are going to stay between those 60 to 70 degree ranges for central Alabama. Well, let's look at our Doppler radar. Currently completely dry, and that's not going to stay around for very long as we move into the weekend and next work week. Now we have our little bit of ground clutter that we love to see this time of night, but as we move into Saturday, what can you expect? Well, let's bring back our grilling forecast. So Saturday, 84 with a few showers, Sunday, few storms, and Monday, rain and storms. We've got a lot of water headed our way, so let's take a look at what we can expect to see. So looking at our futurecast, we're using the HRRR model, which likes to be a high resolution for short term. So this is going to show us what we're going to see as we move into Saturday. About 10 a.m., that first round of showers should be moving into the northern central Alabama area. Now again, 4:30 p.m., we've got some more. They're not all day rain events, but these showers could be pretty frequent throughout the day. They could come between the morning hours to the p.m. hours anytime through those daily marks. And they're going to continue into Monday, Memorial Day. As you can see, there's a lot of rain behind headed our way for that day off. So what do we expect tomorrow? Unfortunately, we are under a slight and marginal risk for severe storms tomorrow. Now, I'm not thinking a lot of tornadic activity, but hail, strong winds, and frequent lightning should be expected. Now, most of our area is under that central Alabama area with that slight risk. Now we're going to see a little bit more of those storms as we move through the weekend. Looking at that extended forecast for that rain, like I said, it's sticking around through all next week. And unfortunately for your Memorial Day weekend, Monday is the highest chance of rain for the foreseeable future. But hopefully as we move into mid next week, it will die off and head out the door earlier because we've seen a lot of rain this month. And like I said, those temperatures are looking very mild. Those mid-80s as your daily highs are pretty across the board, and the nightly lows tonight is about the lowest we'll see at about mid-60s, moving into the upper 60s as we move into the week. Very regulated schedule with this weather, and especially as we move through tornado season and into hurricane season. Download our free WVUA 23 app. Keep up to date with weather coverage and updates, as well as our social media platforms. Search Richard Scott, WVUA 23.
Well, you know, it's 50% tomorrow. I wanted to grill. I don't know what's what.
If you want to grill in the morning, do a breakfast grill out. That's looking like the best option, unfortunately.
On your off day, you want to sleep in a little bit.
That is true, but pancakes on the Blackstone?
Well, that's true too. Well, Gary Harris is standing by with a look at what's coming up in sports. Gary, good evening.
Yeah, we're loaded tonight.